Hey everybody, welcome back to Flatbroke Outdoors. If you're new here, my name is Blaine, and we are cruising around trying to find us a place to do a little, uh, a little stealthy place to do some cooking, cook some lunch. We are definitely in the city, so finding a stealthy place to do this might be interesting to say the least. But the first order of business is I need to get some gas, y'all, or we're gonna be walking to whatever destination we're going to, and it's about 40 degrees and pouring down rain. So it's going to be a little uncomfortable. Hopefully, we can find us a spot where we don't get run off, because we don't want to get something half cooked and then get shooed away. I think there should be a pretty nice place over by the lake. But first order of business, we got to get some gas, y'all. So anyway, I'm going to get me some gas and we'll get on with the program. Hey, y'all, after much searching, I think I found us a spot. Oh, wow, it is a just dreary day. We're right on the lake. Let me get y'all over here. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me let this window down where y'all ain't looking through them raindrops. There's the lake. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Lake Winnebago. And it's frozen quite a ways out there, but then it's open water not far. But anyway, let me get in the back and get set up. We'll get us some groceries going. Hey everybody, welcome back. We have found our way into the back of this bad boy. We got set up, got the old 2-burner coffee yard propane stove set up, and we're getting ready to cook us a couple of hamburgers and some onions. One of the main reasons we're out here is because I got this new portable vent hood. And what this does is, when you're, no matter where you're cooking, you could be cooking at home or wherever, in a tent. It's good for van lifers, anywhere where you need a way to clean up the air that's coming off of what you're cooking. It has, this particular one is a AC model. You know, you plug it in. I have my Opus power station down here, and the way this thing operates, let me get it over where you can see it. It's got a 3-speed fan on the back. Hopefully y'all can see this. I might be able to get a little more light going on. Let's see if this will help at all. Does that help matters? I don't know if it does. But anyway, it's a 3-speed fan setting on the back, and then it has a filter in the front. This front piece is magnetic. You just pull it off like that. It has a wire mesh screen here, and what this is going to do is help separate the oils and the moisture from the air. I don't know if y'all can see this, but it goes this little chute looking thing, little funnel thing. It drains down inside of this, and in the back there's a cup to catch it. It just pulls right out of the back. Let me y'all give me a second, see if I can get some better lighting going on in here. Hold on a second. All right, I think I got our lighting situation figured out. But anyway, you see this mesh screen? That's going to help gather the oils that are in the air, grease and things, and then it's going to drain down through this little funnel looking piece. Right there, there's a hole right here. It's going to drain down there, right through the stand and into this cup. So you'll be able to dump this out and clean it. And inside of here, there's a carbon filter, carbon and cotton, and they do send replacements with it. I've got, let's see, they sent me a quick start guide, very simple instructions to follow, and then they send a user's manual, which is in several different languages, but it was in English right out of the gate, and it's very explanatory. It tells you everything it's going to do and then some. So put that. Then they sent a bag of extra filters. There's just see, there's the one in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They sent 10 filters with it, so that's a bonus. And the instructions say you need to clean this every time you use it. Clean it up. So then you just take this and put it back in, and it connects directly to the magnets. Like I said, this particular model runs on AC, but if I'm not mistaken, I think they do have DC models also. So if you're not equipped with a AC power in your rig and you don't have a power station, maybe you can look at one of the 12 volt versions. So a couple things we're going to need for this episode. So number one, a skillet. That would be a bonus. And some onions I pre-cut. Whew, them bad boys are stout, let me tell you. We need a spatula. We don't really need a big one. Oh, here we go. A trusty little spatula. So we got that. And then we're going to need some seasonings. So what I have in here is some of the, I know y'all have seen these. Your mom and your grandma probably had some back in the old days, like the Tupperware ones. These with the rubber lid. All right, so we got that. We got pepper. We got salt. And thank you to my mother-in-law, Eileen, for hooking a brother up with these, because these things are super cool. They seal up nice where you don't get condensation in your salt and your garlic powder and your onion powder. So we got that. And then we got onion powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. We put that back in here. And then in this little cooler I have over here that I stole from my wife, we have some more goodies. Now, some police did just drive down through here, but so far, so good. They have not harassed me. Look at my coffee cup, y'all. Y'all know I ain't going far without a coffee cup. Let's see if we can get this bad boy fired up. Turn the gas on. Hey, look at that. We got fire in the hole, y'all. Y'all, it is cold and rainy outside. Well, it's not really that cold. It's 40 degrees, but it is going to turn to snow a little later, so there's that. So we got that fired up. We're going to let that skillet heat up a minute, and we're going to place our hamburgers in there, and then we're going to put them onions in there. And if this thing can filter out that funky smell, this is the first. I've never filmed in the back of any of my trucks, but it's really not super roomy back here. So I probably could have once I get done with the build out, it's going to be over there, so it's not going to be like right on top of me like this is. But I'm anxious to see how this works. When they first approached me about it, the first person I thought of was Butch from Before It's Too Late Outdoor Adventures. He's got that. If you watch any of his videos, or if you've seen him in my videos, he's got that step van, and sometimes a guy's forced to cook in there. I mean, I've seen him cook fish in there. I've seen him cook all kinds of stuff. So a deal like this would just be an absolute game changer for him. That would be just awesome for him. All right, y'all. Let's. I got somewhere. Excuse me, down below here. I got some handy dandy gloves. where I don't have to worry about getting these hamburgers all over my fingers. Look at me all sanitary and stuff. You know, probably shouldn't be cooking back here with the propane, but if it begins to get a little stuffy in here, I'll crack that window right there. Then I think we'll be all right. I hope we'll be all right. All right, we got our gloves on. We got us a little waste receptacle down here for the funk. I can start to see a little bit of stuff coming up off of there now. So we're going to go ahead and turn this bad boy on. I'm going to turn it on low. Maybe I should have thought about that before I put this glove on. Because it's, you know, touched like your phone on the back. So it ain't trying to read what I got going on. There we go. I don't know if that's going to be super loud on y'all or not, but you can see I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it's sucking it right up through there. And that's good, y'all. That's what it's supposed to do. Because, you know, in an area this small, it's liable to get kind of funky in here. If you was in here cooking bacon or onions like we're about to do, it could get right funky with a little onion mess up in here. Clean my digits off here. It's drawing it right in there, y'all. I kind of like that. Get a little seasoning going on. A little bit of salt in there. A little black pepper never hurt nobody. Now, y'all remember that's just on setting number 1. I don't really know how loud setting 2 or 3 would be in here. I would assume 3 would be quite a lot, but we're going to find out in a minute because I'll reach around there and turn it on. But you know, I don't like to bring y'all things that is just going to be worthless to y'all. I don't like to feel like I'm over here shooting a commercial about some stuff that I'm not even going to use. Now, this would be something I would use. Now that's 2, and that's really pretty loud in here, but what's really drawing the stuff in there? I wonder. Let me move my seasoning set up here. Tune that down just a little bit and get it up just a little closer. I'm pretty sure the instructions said 8 centimeters away, but you know, me being from America, we don't really do centimeters and the like, so we just got what we got. But it's really drawing it in there. So let's get some onions in there too, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I think onions make everything better. Onions are just one of those things. Whew. That's loud, boys and girls. Them onions are strong. They didn't seem that strong when I was cutting them up at home, but I've been scheming on doing this, and I was trying to think of, where I would go, what I would do. Be careful, that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I thought, well, maybe we'll go down to the lake and give it a shot. So now we got our onions rolling in there. Got our hamburger seasoned up on one side. Y'all, I had to get up off the cheese. The cheese was it was doing me wrong in more than one way, y'all. I can't do cheese no more. Which I'm all right with it. You know, I don't have to have cheese, but I'm a fan of cheese. So uh, I had to get off the cheese, just tearing me up, y'all. So I took cheese out of my diet for the foreseeable future. Now you would think if I was any kind of somebody, I'd have me a pot of coffee going on over there, and I just might. I just might do it. I think I got a jug of water under here if it ain't froze. You know, my truck sits outside at home. Oh, y'all, it ain't froze. You know, my truck is too big for my garage. It won't fit in there. And that's very disheartening to me. I mean, it'll go in there, but there's about a foot of it still sticking out when I'm done. So, it wasn't a deal breaker on the house because it's a super nice house, but I do wish my truck would fit. All right, I'm going to put my doggone seasonings over here for, y'all can tell it's the first time I've done this because I don't have nothing going right for me so far. I'm over here turning things over. All right. Put a little water in this coffee machine. First, let's fire this thing up. Fire in that hole. We'll put a little bit of this water in here. You probably don't need to make a whole jug. We'll just make a half a jug. There we go. I don't want to be around here all jittery and messed up. The police probably come by and think I've been up in here smoking crack or something. Come on, Bessie. There we go. Get that coffee water on the fire. There we go, y'all. I might go ahead and crack that window open a little bit. Look like that rain done eased up. It did put a little more light on the subject, but y'all, that vent fan is really bringing it right in there to it. Hope y'all can see that. Well, that did change the game a little bit when I opened that glass, didn't it? That brought us back where we need to be. I need to find something to swedge in that window. We'll swedge this in there. There we go. That gives us a little fresh air, and the doohickey will still work. Y'all, I'm just glad to be out. What do y'all do when you ain't working? You know, you got a day off, but you can't go camping. What is it y'all do? Let me know in the comments what you like to do. You know, hobbies, that kind of stuff. You know, in the summertime, if I'm not camping, I like to do a little fishing, a little motorcycle riding, things like that. You know, that'll keep you busy. You know what they say? You kind of try to stay busier, you get old way before your time. And that stuff starts adding up, a little bit when you start getting on up there in age. Like I'm 55 now, so I feel it a lot different than I used to. So, but I do know the busier I stay, the better I feel. If I can keep busy, that I like that. I like to keep busy. And I'm sure my wife likes me to keep busy too, keep me out of the house. I've been doing a lot of dealing with diesel heaters lately, which, that's one of those things I like to bring to y'all because of the last two that we've looked at. There's a few major differences in the two, but they both work awesome. So it really just depends on your need and your budget. How they'll, which one is right for you. All right, so that's cooking right along, and the vent hood seems to be doing its job currently, and we got the coffee on. So we're just gonna chill out and get this all put together. Y'all, I believe our coffee. Woo-hoo. Yeah, that's good and warm in there, y'all. Y'all, it really feels like it's getting a little cooler outside. I don't know why I put that coffee container away. I gotta put this spoon back in there just in case I'm somewhere and I need to make some coffee and I don't have a spoon. Let that be a lesson to me. We need to give that coffee 4 or 5 minutes here and it'd be right. Hey, I don't know how y'all do, but I like to get some of that grease out of my skillet. So I wad me up an old paper towel and throw in there and mop up some of that grease. I really don't want to eat all that grease. Although there's plenty of flavor in there, but I just don't need it clogging up my arteries. So I believe that did the trick. And we'll dispose of that bad boy properly. Y'all, my onion's working good. I got another little trick up my sleeve. We got some spicy brown mustard that I don't think's been opened yet. I was correct in my assumption. Y'all, the struggle is real. When y'all get to be my age, you'll see that your digits don't work like they used to. Or mine don't, anyway. Check the old mustard up. We're gonna drizzle a little bit of that spicy brown on there. Get that in there like that. And then we're gonna put some of this sweet baby Ray's sweet and spicy on there. Put that a little on there like that. And we'll do this. That all mixed in there good. Yes, sir. I do believe that our coffee is ready to be pressed. So we will do that now. There we go. All right, y'all, we got our favorite coffee cup going on here. Y'all, I believe that worked out perfect. Voila. One more paper towel. Clean this old spatula off. That funky stuff. I believe these hamburgers are dead, y'all. Got this plate right here. I'm gonna scoop us one of these bad boys up. Some of these onions. Look at there, y'all. Cut that fire off. I did bring a regular fork. So we're not done just yet, though. Down on the inside here, we have us some Famous Dave's sweet and spicy pickles. Make it a mess. Can't really have hamburgers and sauteed onions without some sweet and spicy pickles, y'all. How about that? Yeah. Clean this jar off since I spilled a little pickle juice on there. Yeah, buddy. Y'all take a little look see here. Hamburger, sauteed onions, and pickles. All right, y'all. I'm gonna eat this hamburger and drink a little coffee, and then we'll do a recap on what has happened here. All right, y'all. A little after action review. My thoughts on this: the Aobosi desktop vent hood. It did everything it said it was going to do. It right out of the skillet drew in the moisture and the grease off the hamburgers I was cooking. Brought it right through. Went through the filter. Filtered the air out the back. If you're somebody who is a van lifer or cooks in their tent or even at home if you don't have a vent hood over your stove. This would be a game changer for y'all. It's actually a really cool piece, and I was hoping it was gonna be, and I believe it did everything it said it was gonna do. And by the way, those hamburgers were delicious. But anyway, this thing is small, easy to move around. When I think we got some company, y'all. Anyway, when I had it hooked to that power station, it only drew 13 watts. So if you're somebody who's conscious about uh, conserving what little bit of power you have, this isn't going to draw much. On average, your cooking time is anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. You can let this run for 30 minutes, and it's not going to draw hardly any power at 13 watts. That's very low. So I'm super happy with it, y'all. This is going to find a home. I do a lot of cooking in my garage. That's to keep my stuff from stinking up my wife's kitchen. So I cook in the garage some. This is going to be a game changer for that, because it's not like I got any kind of exhaust in my garage. So I'm hoping for this bad boy to do me well out there. So I think overall, this is a plus for me. I didn't even know they existed. I had no idea. And the thing is, I think it's awesome. Super light, easy to get around, very small, but handy as a pocket in your underwear, kids. This is going to be good. And I don't have all that hamburger grease clinging to everything in my truck now. So I'm glad they sent it to me. I'm glad I got it. And I hope y'all check out the description down in the description of this video, the links to this. And I hope it's something y'all can use, because I like to bring y'all stuff that you can use, and hope this is a product that you can use. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time, either in the garage or in the woods.